Hello, witch folk. Welcome to our coven.
We're angels on broomsticks. We're a mother-daughter duo.
And we love the makeup.
I'm Kristen.
And I'm Evangeline. And today is an episode of Witches, Bitches, Martinis and Makeup, which is our get ready with me, have a drink, just chat while we do our makeup type of video / podcast. Mm-hmm. So if you want to just walk around and listen to us talk, you definitely can do that. We're on all the platforms. So anyway, today I was thinking that I wanted to talk a little bit about how I'm going to be leaving my jobs at the end of the month. But along with that, just women being entrepreneurs, the workplace these days, and burnout / you are a self-employed woman,
mm-hmm.
and your journey to that, and thoughts on is being an influencer actually a career path these days? I think it's something definitely worth talking about. So that's the plan for today.
Yes. And our makeup, I think just the thing that we're kind of interested in for makeup is the Katie Jane Hughes application of foundation.
Yeah, where she primes her brush.
It's all about the brush, putting the foundation into the brush, and the tool is doing the job, right? And she says if you could see your foundation on your face in a blobs, you're not doing it right.
Yeah. So I'm going to try it in terms of also priming the brush with a glowy product, seeing how that works. I've tried it before and it didn't work out very well for me, but I'm trying a different brush today.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the main thing in terms of actual makeup, just kind of random.
Yeah, we're just going to wing it. Whatever. Okay, but we want to do the
talking. Yeah, so long story short, end of May, this is the beginning of May, I'm leaving my jobs. I'm going to go for at least 7 months, trying to get really serious about being a creator online. And also, I am trying to write a book too, so that's sort of the side project. But I hate working for people. Long story short there too. It's one of those things I haven't really had been working in something that I felt super, super, super passionate about, or part of a team. I've always sort of had a boss, whether it's being in service or my other jobs. And I just really want to have more say in what I'm doing creatively. And that's the long and short of it, but also just having time that's your own and you get to call all the shots, make your own schedule. It's something that I really feel called to do. Saved up enough money for a few months, and if it doesn't work out, I'll be broke AF, but I'm manifesting that is not going to happen for me.
I think it's good, and I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what is it you want to... I've never had a job that's lasted longer than 8 months, ever.
Yeah. With the exception of now. Yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I did do real estate, but it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
It's just in this, where we live in Toronto, everybody and your uncle literally is an agent. So it's just, it's flooded with agents. So
competitive.
Yeah. And so it was just a kind of grind I didn't like, but what do I have a passion in? Dogs. And it's been... Yeah, so what I do is I take dogs in my car and take them to off-leash dog parks. So they come in a pack. So I'm not one of those dog walkers you see on the street with those leashes. And I'm one of those dog walkers that you see on the road with dogs in the car going to off-leash. So that's what I do. And I've been doing it for longer than any job I've had.
Yeah.
Put together. I believe I've been doing it since 2017. But I did start out working for somebody, doing it. Mm-hmm. And that was a very unpleasant experience because it was somebody who was very disorganized. It was a good company they had. They had a good thing going, but it was a person who was very disorganized, scheduled me with dogs that... one day, for one thing, from one part of town to the other part of town. So I was ping-ponging back and forth wasting gas. And also, walking into people when they were naked in their living room because it wasn't the right day.
Oh no.
That happened more than once.
Oh my God.
I ended up going out on my own with some of the dogs that they had. So I did do a bad thing, but I don't care.
But I thought other walkers did.
Everybody
too.
does it.
One thing about the makeup right now, I just did the trick just with some concealer and I don't like it.
What do you mean?
I'm going to try the priming of the brush. It's just not giving me enough coverage. She did do this thing where you kind of stipple on more.
Don't you want to just do layers though? Little light layers?
That's what I'm going to try. I'm going to try and build it up.
I obviously failed too because you could see the big blob I put on.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh well.
It's fine, but there is a lot of product in your brush that you might not know about. Like, for example, like your forehead. Do you really put on a lot of foundation there?
I try not to, otherwise it creases in my forehead lines. Okay, I'm gonna try and prime with foundation now instead of concealer. Lisa Eldridge. Yeah. Well, what did you find that you didn't like about working for other people? Was it the job itself?
Well, I've had many jobs, and like the jobs itself, and being scheduled. I did a lot of retail, enough retail that's like you're scheduling me. Okay, I worked for one of those companies that is a big hardware store, who shall remain nameless because I got fired. They would schedule like it stayed open till 10 and it opened at like 6 a.m. And so they would schedule me for the later shift where it closes at 10, but you're there till 11, whatever you're doing, cleaning up. So I'd finish work at 11. Then your day off isn't 2 days off like a weekend. Your day off would be Wednesday. And then Thursday, your next shift is 6 a.m. What good is a day off? I couldn't do anything, say, the night, of. Like, it's crazy. I think they did that on purpose.
I just think the 9 to 5, it's not like I'm unique in any way. This is nothing novel. This is nothing new. But it is so behind the times. It really relies on this idea that there was one person who would go to work and make money 9 to 5, and there was someone at home taking care of the house, taking care of the kids. This is such an outdated model because here we are trying to do it all, right? Already on such, with like inflation and everything, trying to just keep up with the cost of living, with low wages. But meanwhile, we're trying to also like have a clean house, go grocery shopping, have time to see friends, family.
Grocery shopping?
What? Oh,
that's the word she made up when she was a kid. Grocery shopping.
I always forget that it's not a real word.
It's not a real word now.
Grocery shopping.
It's
grocery shopping.
Yeah.
But like these things take a lot of time. Being a housewife was a full-time ass job. So we're basically all working double full-time jobs. And where's the time to like have some peace in your life? Moments of quiet, moments of...
No, because you have to go to the gym on top of that.
Yeah, I know. And it's like, I try... Sometimes, like, the places I have to cut back, it's like, okay, I have to stop saying yes to, like, social plans and stuff because I just need some time to chill. But it's like, unfortunately, I can't cut back on, like, work. And I just really need a break from it all because I am not a person who can really, like, hustle and grind all day long. It's not in my nature. Some people are better than that than others.
Yes.
But I'm tired of feeling guilty for it and inadequate for it. So... honestly, even if this is just some time to myself to reset, it's worth it enough to use all my savings to take this time to myself because like this is like life. It's going to be over soon.
Yeah, I know. And you are taking time for yourself to work on a career for yourself.
Yeah.
You're not taking time to go surfing.
But even so, both valid.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like, what happened to the days of summer vacation? We all need this every year, just like months of the year should be off, in my opinion. And the work days should be shorter. There should be like a 3-day work week. And yes.
Yeah.
with option, there should be UBI, universal basic income. Anyway, that's a bigger conversation, but I think it might be interesting to just pivot to like, yeah, when it comes to, you know, trying to make it as like an online creator, like, is this a not valid, but like a sustainable career path? You know?
Because everything's pivoting, like they were even saying, because a lot of people make their money off of TikTok, and, you know, they're trying to shut TikTok.
Yeah, I'm like, what's going to happen to all those US creators? I mean, in Canada, you can't monetize your TikTok.
You can't?
No.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So there's a creator fund, which is great. This is what should be happening in apps like Instagram too, but no, they do not do this. TikTok pays creators in like UK, US, I think Australia and Canada don't have it yet. I don't know about other countries, but you can very much make a good living from TikTok. What is going to happen to all those people if they shut TikTok down in the States and people making their living there? It's fucked up. I mean, I guess whenever China privacy. And,
I guess one day, I mean, 5 years ago, TikTok didn't exist.
Yeah, but people now have jobs there. I don't know. I guess we don't really know if it's going to be shut down quite yet. But sometimes I feel like a little dumb when I tell people what I'm doing.
Oh, I don't. I mean, I wouldn't. Well, I'm a dog walker anyway. That's like, people don't believe that.
People have a lot of judgments when it comes
to
like other people's lives in general. I think a lot of people, like, you know, when like, I don't know, people shit on people who go vacationing a lot or something. It's like,
well, they're just jelly.
Exactly.
Jelly of being a dog walker. Who wouldn't be?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, you get to walk dogs for a living? On my ride here, my drive, they were talking on CBC radio about just burnout, and like millennials are reporting to be the most burnt out generation. I know you hate generation things, but I think it's a useful term.
I do hate, because it's just so definitive. Like, it's like, and the generations are at war.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like that. I like all the generations. Yeah. I like I'm technically a boomer because I'm born in 1963, but I don't identify with it. Mm-hmm. Like, it's so funny because, I mean, this is off topic, but like my year that I was born, we listened to punk rock and different kinds of music. And just someone who is just like my friend Lorraine and Kim, they're like 3 or 4 years older than me. They're a whole other music genre that they listen to.
Or like, are you just cool?
Pink Floyd. No, but like like people I know, the reason I like the music that I like is because of my friends and stuff. Mm-hmm. So yeah, then if that's the case, we're all cool. Mm-hmm. But like, it's just a cooler, like we liked all that Pink Floyd stuff, but we also liked the Stranglers, and that they don't even know about the Stranglers.
Fair enough.
People born in 1959. Even though the Stranglers are older than that. Like, why is that? How does that happen?
Yeah.
Anyway, but, yeah, no, generations are at war. And yeah, I could see that millennials have it rough. I do.
Yeah. They're feeling the most burnt out. And someone was being interviewed about how they were working at this bank. I don't know if this person was a millennial or not, but the hours were messed up. It was like low staffing. They were working sometimes till midnight and couldn't sleep because they were just thinking about work. They ended up quitting their job and working at a board game cafe and never being happier.
That's cute.
You know? It's like, it's sort of this balance we need to find between like not always putting money first too. Like sometimes we need to find just what makes us happy, and as we do need better wages and stuff, but sometimes you need to take a break from just trying to make money because it's exhausting, you know, and it's hard enough. I feel like also people my age, part of the burnout is a bit of a, like, it feels like you're not really working towards anything. So even when you're working like a high pressure job or like, you know, in a really crazy hours, like you're not making much money. Like almost no one I know has a house or any like future of like, you know, we're like, are we even gonna be able to retire? Are we gonna ever like have options like that? So it just feels like you're a bit like hopeless, I think, or like worried about your future, you know?
I'm worried about my future.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like of an age where I'm supposed to retire soon. I don't think I can do that.
You should talk to a financial advisor.
Well, I don't want to. I'm like that about things. I have one, yes. I mean, I have someone investing my money, but I don't want to think about it.
It's a bit scary, and it's like there's really not much support for people. Like, why isn't our society just doing better? Or just like old people in general who become like so isolated and...
I wish I had these pearls. I wish one of them had a little cyanide pill in it.
Just
Like
in case.
Yeah.
Backup plan.
Yeah, the backup plan.
Okay, I have to think about what I'm doing for my eyeshadow. I don't know about that brush trick. I like parts of it, but also...
I like it.
She has the most perfect skin ever, so it's like...
Yeah, but...
I want her to do it on like someone with really problem skin, and then I'll be convinced.
Also, all her models and stuff
are like...
Yeah, like Ashley Graham.
They're already all perfect.
What's that other one?
Hailey Bieber.
Hailey Bieber? Like, how can you go wrong on that?
Perfect skin.
I don't know. I became Love Witch. I don't want to...
Oh.
That, like, I want to blend and do something different.
Okay, I'm using the Melt Mary Jane palette. This one. Borrowing.
Oh, yeah. By the way, I'm using this palette, which I didn't... Serenity Cosmic Brushes. I was watching Teresa's Dead, and she was like, these products are trash. And she trashed this palette, and I have to admit, I hadn't used it that much. Oh, but it's so good. I used it all week. She said, everything she said was untrue to me. Like she said, glitter bukkake for the glitters, and there's none of that. You know, because I should be the person that you should look up to when it comes to trying out longevity, because I am out in the wind and the rain and the sun all day. So this is one eyeshadow look that did not come off during the day. Like sometimes, you know, if you do a colorful one, especially these kind of pale pastel mattes, they don't last all day. These ones did. So there. I mean, I don't, you know, she can hate the palette all she wants, but I love it.
We never really answered the question.
Of what?
Is being an influencer
a
stupid career path, right? For young people, think of even like a Gen Z, quite a younger person, like going on to the work scene. Do we feel like if they wanted to do that?
I think it's good. I love it. I think it's a great career path. Yeah. I think we live in a society of information. You could be a cook. You could be a pastry chef. Mm-hmm. You could do makeup. You could do fitness. Mm-hmm. I mean, there are some things that I think might be dangerous and, you know, crazy diet trends or something like that. Mm-hmm. But then you could be also really good diet trends, or you could be, you know, like hospice nurse Julie and talk about death and dying. Like, I think it's so good.
Yeah, I think we need to broaden the term influencer. I hate that word, but like I guess you just would call it some kind of online content creator, but it's like, it's so endless what you could do with it. And I think what you're really doing is you're taking your passions, interests, and yourself and your story and creating a platform either to like, you are selling yourself in a certain way, but like you could be like publishing a book. Like I think hospice nurse Julie is now. Yeah. She has a book we want to get, and like it's so broad. And I think if you have enough interest or passion, it's really just like people have a hunger for people's stories and personalities.
And I actually like it because like in my day, all we had was TV. We had 3 channels And everybody, like, there's like 10 movie stars.
Yeah.
What do you think now? Like, everybody can be famous. And I think it's great. There's enough world out there that, you know, I don't want to only listen to Madonna.
Yeah. It is true.
You know, whereas it was kind of like that at one point. You know, it's like Frank Sinatra again.
Plus, it's so accessible. And, like, there's so much room for diversity rather than what it used to be, like, other people calling the shots about whether or not you could be, well, famous.
Yeah.
You know? It's like people have a hunger for different kinds of stories, diversity, and whether it's makeup or something else, like, it can feel overwhelming because it feels like oversaturated. But if you really just find your authenticity.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because we're in the makeup community, but we have a little community. Like, we're not hanging out with Michaela or anything, but we have friends that we met. Like, we met a friend on Instagram named Maria. You were going to talk
She's
about
probably
her.
watching.
Hopefully. I don't know if she watches
Or
our
maybe.
channel, but we love her.
She has.
She's from Portugal. And
Yeah.
suddenly she was gone. And it turned out she had a little burnout moment.
Well, because also a lot of people, I don't know Maria's intentions exactly. I know she's done some really interesting, like, studies, and I believe was doing her master's or something. But some people also want to kind of do stuff like this as a side hustle, as we call it. But it is really tough to do both, you know, whether you're trying to do your other job, which is what I've been trying to do the past, like, couple years since. It's like we got into makeup when it was the pandemic, really. And so we really had all this time and space to have fun with it. And that's when things really started taking off. And I haven't, since, like, going back to work after the pandemic, I haven't been able to get that back. And it's like also this sort of, like, creative flame that I feel, and it goes along with other creative projects I have. But, like, it really gets stamped by being spread so thin. And it's not just, like, the amount of hours I do, but, like, having multiple jobs. It's like you're kind of trying to do it all at once. And apparently, like, working from home, as much as it has so many pros, there is this thing where it feels like everything's so urgent. You get a ding in your inbox. You have to address it, you know? It's like, it's a different kind of culture in that way. This is what they were saying on the radio. It's just like everything is so immediate. Gotta get this done now. You know? And it's like if you've stepped away from your computer for 10 minutes, say fucking you're getting lunch or walking your dog, it's like, oh, you're off the clock. You're not working, you know? God, we need to just slow down. This is the long and short of it. I just want to fucking slow down. I want a summer. I want to be a kid. I want a Stranger Things style summer. I want to be biking in the suburbs.
I don't want you on your bike.
But I'm gonna, as much as I'm, like, taking my time off this summer, I'm also gonna enjoy the weather. Also, I hate being in an office when it's beautiful outside. But you can't really work outside on your laptop because it's sunny and it's really hard to see. It's just the worst, just being cooped up like that. I used to feel that way about school, and it would be, like, so beautiful. I was like, why the fuck are we inside? It's really disgusting.
I'm outside.
I know.
I think it's really good for your
health.
health.
Healthy.
Because I come home and I'm tired. Like, I'm aired out. And my dogs come with me. I have 2 littles. And they come with me. They're so tired when I get home.
They're aired out.
Aired out. They're stinky, stinky, stinkies. And they get aired out nicely.
I decided to put purple shimmer from the Huda Wild Jaguar palette. I think I'll use some of the gold in it a little too. I like a little bit of purple today.
I think I'm leaving mine as is right here. I don't have anything underneath my lower thing, but I'm going to put on my waterliney thing.
The Tarte Fake Awake.
Fake Awake. I love this.
On Friday, I was working for my job on site, and it was like this arts event, and we had free coaching sessions for, like, it said for art and design, you know, businesses. And it was pretty slow, and I was talking to the lady who I just met and was working and was the coach. I was like, maybe I should just to have a coaching session with you right now. She's like, yeah, let's go for it. So I started to share some of my like worries and holdups and stuff. And it was really such an insightful conversation in so short of a time. And she was saying like, it can be really helpful to have coaches because it gets you out of your own like internal, just like being really like in your own head about stuff, and you can really just like bounce ideas off someone. But like she's been working as a coach for a while, and she said like women in particular just really do struggle a lot with imposter syndrome, like charging for what they're worth, and like being sort of very visible with their brand, and like it's just a lot harder for women. I mean, what else? What is it? Maybe getting laid, I guess. But
What?
I said what? That's the only thing that's not harder for women.
Oh, okay.
Getting laid.
Oh, getting laid.
But everything else is.
I've never heard you use that term.
I don't know.
Ever.
I don't know why it came out of me. I'm disturbed.
It's so
Old.
old.
Getting laid.
Getting laid. You got laid the other night.
But yeah, like I think it was really insightful. She already had all these ideas for me to like for brands, like creating certain packages where it's like you do a feature for a whole week, because like, you know, just one post is often like doesn't see too much, like, but it's like you could do packages and like things I just like had never thought about. And she has this like free like Facebook group where women entrepreneurs can like talk to each other. I joined it, and they have free meetings like every month. I'm like, okay, I might try this. It's just nice to be around like, you know, people who are trying to do, you know, if not the same thing, obviously, but just like trying to make it, trying to work for yourself.
Yeah.
Because like men do it all the time. I am tired of making money for men too.
That's a good point.
You know, like often when you're working for a company, too often you're making money for a man. And it's like, this was their venture, that this was their business. Why can't I do it? No matter what it is. Like, we always doubt ourselves so much. I did take this sort of career type course at the September from this guy I found on TikTok who really directs to INFJ personality types and stuff. Just people who are a bit more like really get in their head and like really have this sense of like, you know, you just get really like feeling unjust about things in workplaces when you don't agree with it. Anyway, it was really insightful, and it was really about like when you start to follow that trail of like alignment, essentially, when you are being authentic to yourself, things fall into place. And I just need to stay in that mindset despite doubts, because I feel like you can't really lose anything from just doing things that bring you joy. It's like, I think the universe does respond to that because you created energy around you and the people you're around. Like, it's only going to make you happier, even if you lose some money for a bit. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Do you agree?
Jelly bean? Yeah, you do.
So the time is nigh. Yeah, I worked as a server for many years and I hated that.
Yeah, there's no point in doing that.
Ugh, I really don't want to go back to that. Also, God, job interviews, being interviewed and having to sell yourself and like applying for jobs is its own full-time job. They want so much from you, the cover letters and the resumes and different processes. You have to go through different levels if you want to get hired.
Cover letters. Yes.
Cover letters are stupid because it's literally like your resume just rewritten to be like, I love your company. Any other thoughts? I feel like I've been the one blabbing.
Well,
today.
it's because you're the one transitioning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate working for people. I could go on and on like a whole thing about people I worked for. Awful. Awful people. One boss, I remember, he said to me, I hate Amy Schumer. I'm like, I don't care. And of course you hate Amy Schumer. Yeah. You hate funny women.
Yeah. Yikes. And you're a funny woman.
I'm a funny woman. No wonder you married who you married, bud. A boring wife. He did. It was a very short-lived job.
Yeah. Yeah, there's been a couple of random stints I did, like when I tried to work at the vet office for a bit.
I love that job because you had a love for Pomeranian.
Yeah, but I didn't. When I had my 3-month review, she was like, well, you do well with the dogs, but you don't seem to like the cats. I was like, yeah, no shit. It was like, they're scary. I was too scared. I was a vet assistant. I was like too scared to like hold them.
Really?
Yes. I don't even hold my own cats. Well, Brian's cats. They're scary. They're gonna scratch.
I like cats because I grew up taking care of neighbors' cats. So I'm into them.
I don't know. No. I wish I was a cat person because it's witchy, but I am not. And I don't even like big dogs that much. So.
She doesn't even really like any dogs but her own.
Yeah, I just love little angels. Little chihuahuas, you know?
Yeah, we all have our type. I do have a type. It's clear, my type.
Yeah. Floofy.
Floofy with curly tails so I can see their buttholes. And pointy ears.
Lips?
Lips. Yeah.
I'm not sure what to do here.
I just grabbed one of the Bailey Sarian melt collabs. I don't know what.
Oh, yeah. I love those. Love is for the way you look at me. I'll go for a nude. Even though I don't know.
I know. And nowadays, you can't even trust a job because it used to be 25 years, I got a gold watch, all this. But now it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You can get downsized or whatever it is called.
Laid off. Like.
And it happens packaged out.
Mm-hmm.
Happens all the time. You can't count on anything
True.
anymore.
People act like having like a full-time career like is something that is not sustainable, but like, yeah, reliable. But it's like, no, you could be effed over just as badly as if you fail on your own venture.
Mm-hmm. It's true. My mother always wanted me to be a teacher. So she said late, when I was like 50, like what I always wanted you to be a teacher. You never said that.
Can't imagine you being a teacher.
Why not?
This doesn't seem like something you would have done. You don't have patience. How would you
because
teach children?
all the teachers are patient.
They're not. They should be patient. Anyway, finished looks, and yeah, that's what's going on for me anyway. So like after June, we may have some more content because I'm going to have a lot more time.
Yeah, I want more content.
Yeah, so let us know in the comments down below if you've got any requests for either like maybe podcast topics or just things you want to see from us more in general. It's really helpful to know what you guys like.
Yes.
We want to serve the people.
Yeah, we want to serve.
With our personalities. It's so charming. Yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. And until next time, stay witchy, stay bitchy. Have a good week. Bye, witches.